is up, everybody? Today's gonna be a really fun day.
This beard looks insane.
It's fantastic, right? Today's gonna be a really fun day. Do you know why? Because, you know what, we posted this LFA video where we actually removed the stock exhaust and installed an aftermarket exhaust, and we were, how do you even call it, Tace? I mean, we were like
torn to shreds.
I mean, just destroyed on the internet. It's like we had insulted your firstborn, stolen your wife, shot your dog. I mean, that's the level that we were getting hate at. But I'll tell you what, I think that that's a huge improvement on this car. So we're gonna go to the dyno this morning and we're gonna see what kind of power it makes. Then we're gonna put the stock exhaust back on it, and then we're gonna compare the two dyno sheets. I'm gonna prove all you haters wrong. This thing's gonna make like 100 more horsepower, okay? Let's go. We are here at Adrenaline Dyno. These guys are absolutely the best in the business here in the Salt Lake Valley. We have dynoed a bunch of different vehicles actually here, and I'm excited to get my LFA on the lift with the aftermarket exhaust and see what it puts down. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see kind of what this thing puts down. What are your guesses, Tace?
What is it, factory? Is it 552 or something?
It's something like 550, yeah.
Hold on, let's put...
What do you think? We gotta put some money on this.
I'm down.
All right.
Horsepower, what do we got? 553.
Okay, so this thing at the crank is rated at 553 horsepower. This is a very high sprung V10, revs to more than 9,000 RPMs. Was one of the best sounding vehicles ever, and then we put this aftermarket exhaust on it, which I think was actually a prototype exhaust. And let's just say it's been a little controversial. So we're gonna put this thing on the dyno, see what it makes. I am guessing, this is my guess,
all right,
I think it's gonna make around 450 wheel horsepower.
Wow.
It's 553.
Is it automatic?
Yeah. Here, you wanna hop in? I'm gonna show you how to drive this thing. So obviously key start is on your right. It has to be in neutral in order for the car to start. So you put the key in. Yep, now click the two paddles so that it goes into neutral. There you go. Now you can hit the engine start button right on the steering wheel. There you go. Okay. Now the
one more time. You said how many?
I think it's going to put down 450 to the wheels. That's what I think. Because I think the check engine light is on. I actually bet this exhaust actually saps horsepower from it, doesn't add. So I'm betting, and I'm going to bet you, Tace Anderson. What should we bet? It's got to actually be meaningful.
Okay.
I would bet.
Wow.
Another blind date, but from the DMs in Instagram, okay? Supercar Rhonda gets to screen them, and we get to line you up with someone who you've never met on a date. I will pay for the date, okay? If you win. If
I win, okay.
Yes. No. Would it be if I win?
No,
who is this benefiting?
I don't know who it's benefiting because it depends on who I go out with. So my bet, it's either I go lower or higher than you. I feel like it's gonna make a little bit more. Let's just say I think it's gonna do more than 450. If it does more than 450
to the wheels,
then I win. But if it does less than 450 or 450,
what do you want if you win?
Oh man, I don't know.
If I win, Supercar Rhonda and I will line you up with a rando from Instagram, okay? A rando date, like just some random chick off the internet. All right, if I win, that's what we got.
Okay.
Yes.
And then if I win, I get to take a girl of my choosing on a date in the LFA. Done.
All right, let's go. Let's go look at the undercarriage of the Lexus LFA. All right, check this out. So this is part of the aftermarket exhaust system. Look at that right there. I mean, it's pretty, right? But it's essentially like a straight piped LFA.
Basically,
and,
like from the cats, I think.
From the cats, okay. So
or no, I think it's catless.
Is it? I think it is catless.
Yeah.
Dude. it's like really freaking loud just for the sake of being loud. But I actually think it's cool to be under here and see how smooth this underside is. Obviously they thought about how to channel air through the, you know, through underneath the car. Feels like a high performance vehicle under here. But yeah, this is that aftermarket exhaust, and this is the thing causing all the controversy.
And all credit due, it does look good.
Oh, it looks phenomenal.
It's
like
a well-made exhaust.
No, the build quality is unbelievable, but it's like, how do you take perfection and improve upon it? I think is kind of everybody's point, you know?
All right, to tie this thing down properly, we actually have to take off a big piece of carbon fiber that's on the undercarriage, and then we'll get everything sorted. Okay, all right.
Max power 5. This is like really surprising, actually.
Oh wow, 503.
Dude, that wasn't even close. This is on like limp mode on the engine too, dude.
345 foot-pounds of torque. I think we're gonna gain more torque once we put the stock exhaust back on.
Yeah. I think you're probably right. You know, we got rid of any sort of back pressure on the exhaust. 503, that's shocking. Like
503.
shocking. I think we're actually gonna make more power when we get the stock exhaust back on and clear the engine code. Like, this is kind of a hobbled LFA right now, and it put down 503 to the wheels. I'm stoked. That's awesome.
That's actually pretty sick. 503. Looks like I'm going on a date.
Oh, dang it. All right. First.
More or less on the second run.
So I think we're gonna make a little bit more. That's what I think. I think we'll be 505, 507 in that range.
We get.
Dude, I literally called 507 before we even hit that last run.
507.
507 to the wheels. Freaking awesome, dude. We went down in torque. That's an interesting thing. That was 180 miles per hour on the dyno. We did 180. All right. 507.
507. First pull 504.
Yeah.
Or 503 and get some change. Yeah.
That's a good baseline, dude.
That's a great baseline.
Yeah. Now we're gonna go throw the stock exhaust back on it when it gets in, and we'll clear the code, and we'll come back and do it again. I think it's gonna make more power.
More. How
That's
much
what I
more?
think.
How much more?
At least another 10 to 20 horsepower.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it'll put down 520, 525.
Okay. I'm right there with you.
You are?
I think it's the same.
All right. Well,
Sick.
you got to pick some other number so we can make another bet. We just dynoed this Lexus LFA. It put down 507 horsepower to the wheels. Thank you to my friends at Adrenaline Dyno for fitting us in today and for running this car through its paces. Now we're gonna go put the stock exhaust back on it. We're gonna clear the engine code, make sure everything's kosher. When we bring it back, let's see how much power it puts down then. What's up, everybody? Hey, we are back at Adrenaline Dyno. We have put the stock exhaust back on the car. Now listen to this thing. I think he's gonna start it up here in just a sec. Substantially quieter than that straight pipe thing, okay? But this baby screams. The sound of the stock exhaust is so pure and so good. But we're gonna see when we put it back on the dyno today if it makes any more or less power than the exhaust that I got crucified for on the internet. That straight piped exhaust that basically everybody hated. We've swapped that out. We're gonna see if it makes same or similar power today though. Well, repentance is part of my religion, but it's also part of my car culture. And so I would like to issue a sincere apology to everyone who I deeply offended, especially you JDM fanboys that love your Toyota Corollas and Camrys. This is my Toyota Camry that's going on the dyno right now. And I have found the error of my ways, I've admitted to it, I have embraced it, and I have vowed to change. All right guys, we have the LFA strapped to the dyno right now with the stock exhaust on it. This is what it made last time we were here with the straight pipe. 507 to the wheels, roughly 350 pound-feet of torque to the wheels. What do we think it's gonna make this time? Taste, what do you think it's gonna make?
I want to say a very healthy 520.
So
520.
you think the aftermarket exhaust hurt the performance of the
I
car?
think so, yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna say it's gonna be roughly the same. I don't think the exhaust is gonna make any difference. I think it's gonna make 510 to the wheels.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
I was driving it yesterday.
Who's ever closer?
This is another bet.
Okay.
Okay.
What are we betting?
I was driving yesterday. My butt dyno was telling me that it was getting the power out a little bit better.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
butt dyno. Let's
My
see
butt
how
dyno.
scientific that is.
Yes.
Dyno run number 1 with the stock exhaust. Let's go. Oh, 20 horsepower less. 20 down.
20 down.
20 down, 487 to the wheels. Wow, huge difference actually.
Huge.
Oh man, I don't know. I'm not even sure what to do. We might have to go back to the straight pipe. That sounds horrible. 507 is where we maxed out last time we were here at the dyno, right?
Right.
Okay, so 507 was the max, and I think we did a little bit under that the first 1 or 2 times we ran it. So 487 is just a starting number. Car's just getting warmed up. She's just kind of getting loose. It's actually not a she. We're not going to apply any pronouns to this vehicle, right? The car is getting loose. and we're going to see what it runs the next time. I think it's going to be over 500 on this next one.
Right, about the same, like, exact.
Literally the exact same. 487. I mean, hey, at least we're consistent. That was 4th gear. Let's see if we can get any more power out of a different gear. 5th? We're gonna go 5th? Okay.
Okay. All right. 5th gear this time.
All right, 5th gear this time. So in 4th gear, we made 487 horsepower to the wheels twice, 2 times in a row. In 5th gear, we went to 5th gear on this last dyno pull. We made 493 and 338 pound-feet of torque to the wheels. So we went up 6 horsepower and 8 pound-feet of torque just by going to 5th gear. So we're just below 500 to the wheels. We're not that far off when we went to 5th gear.
Still, it's like 20-ish horsepower.
20, that's a lot.
Significant.
That's a lot. I know. Yeah, the car made substantially more power with the crap exhaust on. Hey guys, this is a completely unnecessary thing to do on the dyno, but I've asked them to run through the gears just to see how it sounds, because this thing is so glorious sounding. Let's go check it out. the aftermarket exhaust. Thanks to my friends at Adrenaline Dyno today. They always crush it. This car made almost as much power, 493 compared to 507 to the rear wheels with the stock exhaust versus the aftermarket. It's good to know, right? Like now we know, we kind of solved that question in our minds, like does the exhaust actually make a difference? I prefer the stock sounding exhaust. It's like a 10 out of 10, where that aftermarket exhaust was like a 3 out of 10. It was just really loud, but didn't really offer like the great sounds that the Yamaha engineers dialed into this car. So, hey, now we know what it sounds like, and now we know how much power it made on the dyno. You can't seem to find the meaning to love. What car should we actually put on the dyno next? Taste, what car do you think we should throw on the dyno? Do you want like the GTR? Because it's like the slowest supercar that I have.
No, dude, I feel like because it's fun when you get above that 1,000 horsepower range, the Revuelto would be cool to see how much it's actually making.
Dude, that's actually a good idea. The hybrid, there's an electric and, you know, internal combustion component to the Revuelto, but it supposedly makes 1,000 crank horsepower. Mm-hmm. So you got to put down at least 900 to the wheels to make that, right?
Yep.
Maybe we should get the Revuelto on here. I don't know. Add some thoughts in the comments. We would be happy to bring back a couple of cars though and see what they put down.
It's funny, I was like right here just getting blasted by the hot air. I couldn't breathe for a second, but I kind of liked it.